everybody, welcome back to the SalttyShow, and welcome back to Total War Empire as the French episode 8, I believe. Hope you guys are doing well today, and if you are, like and subscribe as always. And I do want to get this out of the way right now. I'm still using that new mic if you've watched Monday's video, so do let me know your feedback below if it sounds better, if I sound better. From what I'm getting so far is it is reducing some of the background noise, and I sound about the same, so that's a net positive for me. If the feedback is the same for today's episode, then I will continue using this mic until I invest in a higher quality one, because I did kind of start at the bottom end of the spectrum. But fingers crossed you guys don't notice a difference, and you actually notice a positive change. Maybe y'all can't hear the blaring fan from my PC in the background that I pick up when I do these editing things. But YouTubing stuff aside, I've decided to pick up, it is the year 1712 going into 1713, and the pirates of Punta Curaçao have sallied forth to engage Nicolas Lefebvre and his besieging army, and we must break them upon our cold steel. Let's find out if we can take down some rowdy pirates. Hello everybody and welcome to the battlefield today. I don't know how loud these gunshots are going to be. I keep messing with the audio in Empire. I'm a little worried. Everything sounds really pleasant for now, but as soon as these muskets start to fire, I know it's going to be a little different. We're about to find out, and I'm going to stay quiet just in case. Here we go. Well, that wasn't too bad, actually. That was rather pleasant. But we have started to engage the pirates, of course, using our native musketmen auxiliary on the front line, since they can kind of skirmish. They have a loose formation. We have the African musketeers behind them, and then our weak but homegrown colonial militia forces. Okay, we are taking a little bit of fire back. We are definitely trading better than they are. These pirate mob really can't stand for warriors trained in actual musket fire. And the rest of the army, or the rest of the little force they have here, is taking their sweet time in getting close to us. It does look like we are managing to use some of our warriors here as well. Our men are fighting, shooting into the enemy over here on this little hillside. We are holding pretty well, and okay, good to know the African musketeers can fire fully. That is much better than one line militia. Trading okay so far. The left flanks haven't been engaged at all yet. Our auxiliaries are getting a little closer. Only losing 6 men though is pretty good considering how many they've killed. Oh yeah, good lord. They've decimated that unit. Making sure I don't see any friendly fire there going on. Alright, they're at 112. The Buccaneers are getting close, and they are strictly melee. Our natives will be fine. They're going to be the front row. It appears they might be going in for the charge. Yep. This side didn't get nearly as lucky. Did not get to shoot off as much. That unit's taking some significant casualties. Buccaneers have engaged just over here, but pull out your swords, lads. Pull out your swords and fight them. Push them back from the ramparts. Actually doing a fairly swift job of it, honestly. Sword on sword. Our African musketeers fighting. I do feel like we could have afforded getting them some shirts, but whatever. Are fighting hand in hand here, though. The rest of the battlefield looks okay? Yes. Yes, it does. And we broke them here. Time to reform. I really do think, honestly, if we charged the pirate mob here, they would break. Excuse me. The question is, do we push them? I think it's time we move the center two guards up here. Move them about, and we'll start trying to flank the right side. This left side's reforming. Their morale is pretty broken, though. I feel a sneeze coming on. Oh, good lord. Can't wait to see how many kills these guys have. The skirmisher auxiliary forces so far in this campaign are the shining light to our armies. Good shooting. Oh my lord. He's got a hell of a volley off there. We're gonna tell you guys to run. You've lost already a lot. Pretty hot and nice here. Get you all to form up. We broke one there. Help them out. Get in there, boys. Help them. Yeah, immediately broke. Chase them from the field. I think we've routed most of the forces here. Go ahead and reform. Aim, lads. Would have been nice if some of you didn't have to reload. But that's fine. Go ahead and speed up the action here as we continue breaking them. One thing I've noticed is the AI does tend to always come back into the fight, which is nice that they continue to just clash upon us, but that is going to be victory, I think, once we get this final Buccaneer unit to die. Let them have it, lads. One or two really shouldn't break us too well. Okay, they're kind of trying to do a little flank here that I'm not a fan of. Pull our boys back from there. There you go. Man, these two pirates are just refusing to let go. Let's get our skirmishers up. Our musketeers, my bad. Where in the Lord's name are they going? There we go. I think 3v1ing will send these pirates running. I believe with this last assault, victory will be ours. And yes, the city and the little island has fallen to French control. And with Curacao hours and a couple of turns past, we are going to continue investing in its, well, hopefully its inevitable, beautiful future. And we only have one more pirate island remaining, the Leeward Islands. And we have skipped ahead as I've taken a lovely phone call from my wife, and NVIDIA continues to cause and make me question my GPU pick, really, with its driver choices. I don't know if anyone else has experienced this issue if you record, but currently I'm only with Empire so far. I have recorded videos, and about a little past after you've recorded the video, or somewhat after. I'm also looking for a school, by the way, if you can't tell, and I can't find it. There it is. After I try to make a break, all of a sudden the shortcut no longer works, and the overlay turns off and just completely refuses to turn back on, completely scrubbing the video, which has happened twice. It happened in the last episode, and it happened again. So I am a little worried at the stability right now of NVIDIA's drivers, because that is all the rage, and apparently it's rather true. You all thankfully did not miss anything, but it is concerning. Let's actually go to the East Africa Trading Center. Right, we have a new ship here. Ooh, Great Britain has a fleet here. That's not good. Yep. Go ahead and lock all these areas down. 1, 2, 3, 4. That lane is open. We have nothing going through here that we can see, and we've secured most of these trade lanes. Perfect. So things aren't looking too shabby, and Tunisia is slowly but surely falling under our control. In fact, they are now finally willing to stop throwing a riot. So there's no reason to open a trade area down here. So a military port at Safis is a-okay with me. It'll allow us to build navies to combat the enemies over here, which Ottoman's rocking a little navy here full of brigs and zebeks. I'm very interested to see how the world starts to play out as we continue advancing down time. One thing I am noticing is there are a lot of, at least for me, nobody really hates me, which is quite shocking. Everybody, we have 2 unfriendly people, and one of them we're at war with. And then when it comes to the major powers, only Great Britain's unfriendly, and it's not by much. And the trade agreement really is going to help boost that relationship even more. But for now, it doesn't matter. If we are allowed to build up, then why not continue doing so if no one's going to bat an eye to the growing might of the French Empire. With the bit of cash we have, we're already making over 10 grand. We did get access to 2 Cairo guards down here. I don't know if we're going to put them in this army. We probably could. Start recruiting forces that would... They're rather expensive, though. Now that I think about it, they are rather pricey, and we could need some cannons. Go ahead and grab 2 cannons, why not? That'll help bolster this expedition as we continue to secure the North African coast. Yeah, lots of people want military alliances. I'm very much hoping that that doesn't lead to issues in the future. I'd like us to go to war eventually with some people. Okay, so we definitely don't need two clerks there. Oh no, Community Houston has died. Let's get a new general. Nicholas Douay, a good seat, soldier from birth, and uncle to his men. Wow, 21, and off the rip, he is a pretty good general. Well, good. Nothing unique here. Nope.
En avant pour la couronne
Negative
et le
2.
pays. En avant.
That's not too shabby. I wonder. I have a new mic, so I do wonder if you can actually hear it. But Winston is currently playing with one of his balls right now, and he is just going to town on it. Do we get a bomb catch? The bomb is a floating weapon platform, usually adapted from a small two-masted catch. The whole ship is constructed around a single large caliber mortar. So it's a mortar gun. Range of 700. Low maneuverability. Its reload skill is actually higher. Tell you what, screw it. Let's get a bomb catch. Why not? We do need to be careful. Yeah, the clamor for reform is getting coal white high in all of our regions because we're continuing to invest in the socio-economic status of our civilians. I think it's time. I'm gonna get rid of the gendarmes here. I don't think they're doing anything. We have a fairly nice little fort garrison there with Savoy. And even Savoy doesn't hate us. They would sometimes declare war on us. They're indifferent right now. We're trading. They have quite strong allies. Other than that, though, nothing to really scoff at. Tunisia is a rather large province, so let's invest in some infrastructure there. Yeah, lots of military alliances. A rather peaceful world so far. I mean, there are actually plenty of wars going on, but none that involve us. And that's one thing I'm actually noticing. I don't know really if Durango's had a plan it too much, but the diplomacy so far in this game has been rather better than what is standard in Empire. I do not know if that's necessarily Durango's doing, or if it's just the luck of the draw. Oh, perfect. Let's get a port here. Very nice. So we've got a single route in the Straits of Madagascar, granting us more ivory. Religion is going to start turning heads over there in Tunisia. The cannons have been established. Let's go ahead and get everyone out. The militia are at a 4. Next turn, I wonder. Let's see how that looks next turn. And while we're waiting, if we leave 4 militia, we have 2 colonial line infantry. Let's go ahead and get some solid grenadiers, I think. Nice solid grenadiers. We can actually get one more. We'll have one more row. Let's grab one more regular line infantry unit. Well, never mind. We already have 6 of them, including the Regiment Estranger. So maybe just another solid grenadier. Men ready to storm the fort walls and be the first into the breach. I'm starting to see the writing on the wall, though, in a lot of these regions, and I'm thinking a revolution is on its way, if I must say.
En avant! En avant! Marchez!
I don't know how you all feel about that, but it does look like it's slowly becoming inevitable to switch to the French Republic as we're going through times where people are enlightened beyond what the king can control, really. And I don't think, since we're an absolute monarchy, I don't think we can swap to a constitutional monarchy. I think it'll be an immediate republic. Which means we won't get to pick our cabinet, which is by far, like, the worst thing. Ooh, wow. Okay, first we got the bomb catch, but that is actually interesting. No, I've never played a game where Mysore falls. Oh, and they fell to Maratha. How intriguing. So they've managed to carve out their little rebellion down here. They've lost a city in the south to rebels, but the Mughals have managed to contain them to this little quadrant of southern India, and they've actually taken Mysore. That's so cool. I've never seen this nation get destroyed without a player getting involved. So rather interesting, and a nice little play there. I enjoyed that actually thoroughly very much. Austria is getting a little backhanded right now. They used to own a good chunk of this, but now Poland's coming in and dealing with Prussia. Poland looking like they're going to be the dominant force. I really hope that empires start to break, because, or alliances start to break. Nobody wants a peaceful world. I don't want to have to fight the whole place on my own. Okay, now we could get the Palace Bourbon. +1 happiness, +5 repression. We'd get access to the Swiss Guard. I definitely think we're going to start investing in that immediately since we have the cash. Oh, they've already built the Windsor Palace, I think that's what that's called. So good on them. One more turn until we get them. Do we continue investing in the Navy? It's a rather expensive expenditure. All right. Our American fleet can make their way to the last vestige of pirate control and let us lay siege to it. I do apologize about the barking. I'm still sure you can hear that one. I have a feeling you're going to get attacked, so we're going to scuttle this ship so that we avoid that confrontation. And with $2 grand in the bank, what can we invest in? Probably, yeah, better naval infrastructure up here in the north against Great Britain would not be a bad idea. Okay, wow. See, this is rather interesting that you're willing to trade all of that. I'm not willing to give you that research, but it is rather interesting to see the diplomatic AI being so thorough. That's definitely not going to happen. Our expedition is primed and ready to go. Good work. Let's lay siege. Okay, they're bringing out a lot of pirate mob, but that's fine. I think we can take them, lads. All right. So our expedition is primed and ready to move. They're only at a -3. Oh, you're kidding me. Alright, we have 2 colonial dragoons. If we
D'autres ordres? Votre humble serviteur. En avant!
Oh, I didn't mean to take all of them.
Marchez!
Good lord.
En avant! Marchez! Tenez-vous prêts!
Okay.
Troupes! En avant!
Finally. So
Milord?
with the dragoons hanging back and 2 militia, they will be fine. I'm not super worried about this.
À vos ordres! Sortez la
Oui,
voile!
monsieur.
See if we can cheat the system here.
À vos
Monsieur.
ordres! Levez-l'en! Armée! Attaquez!
C'est des ordres.
Perfect.
Solidement
Tripoli
armés, capitaine.
should be ours next turn.
Les vaisseaux naviguent sur l'eau, milord. Ordre du navire.
And Tunisia is safe for now. I am going to go ahead and start recruiting some colonial dragoons to hopefully they have a garrison policing bonus, so maybe this army won't have to stay there permanently. That's going to take a lot of our cash. You can start working towards lime juice and sauerkraut. Why not? Continue investing in our navy, so whenever we do come to blows with other empires at sea, our ships will actually be somewhat strong. Go ahead and invest in that. And I guess we can end the turn and see what happens here. As expected, something has gone awry in our campaign for Tripoli, ending a couple turns, and I am so I don't know, the AI, I have to put it bluntly, the AI is straight up cock blocking me in our conquest. I did start recording because I expected Leeward Islands to assault us, and we have a battle on our hands here, folks. But the AI has once again sold one of their regions to another faction, so we have to wait for it to rebel so that we can retake it. Which is just, like I said, I cannot think of another word other than the fact that AI is saying screw you, and we're not gonna give you this easy conquest. But everybody, I'm going to leave today's episode here, where we have the battle against the last remaining pirate bastion as they sally forth to engage Nicholas Lafayette here on his hopefully final campaign in the Americas before his pleasant retirement, or well, we'll say redeployment to another front line. But without further ado though, if you enjoyed today's episode, like and subscribe as always, as I've been your host Salty and my co-host Winston, and we cannot wait to catch you on the next one. But until then, peace out everybody.